Welcome to the Monday edition of the Goal Post. I'm your host, Oluwamayawa. There's a lot of football to talk about, but I'm not alone. I'm with the usual suspect, a huge Manchester United fan, and we know him as Timmy. Timmy, good morning. How you doing?
Uh, Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning to us here in the studio. It's an amazing day, very beautiful day. Uh, Ballon d'Or is gone. Salah should kiss the Ballon d'Or goodbye. It's another dreadful performance from Salah yesterday. So many things to talk about, so many things to talk about, and we are ready to dive into it.
I mean, you made mention of Ballon d'Or is gone. What do you mean by Ballon d'Or is gone? I mean, does it mean that with the loss of the Carabao Cup, Salah does not win the Ballon d'Or again? I mean, when Liverpool was kicked out of the Champions League, a whole lot of people said that is the end of Ballon d'Or. That should that determine who gets the Ballon d'Or. I think the performance of Mohamed Salah this season should be a yardstick, not what he wins or not.
The problem is Ballon d'Or over the years has been a popularity contest whereby usually goes to a team from Barcelona or Real Madrid. Or, a Ballon d'Or is always, sometimes I feel, it's not given to the best player in the world at that current one. The last one we could see what happened, given to Rodri, and Rodri didn't deserve it. Everybody knows there was an uproar, everybody shouted. And it was testament when the FIFA the best went to Vinicius because how many years has it been there that the Ballon d'Or winner is not the same as the FIFA the best winner. So it's dicey. Even the one Messi won, he was there. The one he won, the last three he won, it was very controversial. The one they won with the World Cup. How can you just play? Say, how can the Ballon d'Or be given to you because you played just 8 matches in the World Cup? I think 8 or 7 matches in the World Cup. It's crazy. And the one they won in 2019, where he didn't win anything. There was a Van Dijk that won the league, won the Champions League. Messi only won the league, and they give it to Messi. So this whole Ballon d'Or process is a popularity contest. Is the way it's been designed is funny. So for me, I feel this season, this season alone, Salah has been the best player. High tests on high tests. When we're looking at them, when we're seeing them, Salah has been the best player. But there's Rafinha here and there. Even the so-called Rafinha, Jamal has been the best player in that team. Jamal is more influential than Rafinha. If Jamal is not playing, see what happens yesterday. See what happened yesterday. So Jamal is there. So that, but I don't know. I don't know why they're pushing Rafinha. I don't know. It's just between player from Madrid, player from Barca. Anybody that wins the Champions League wins the Ballon d'Or.
That's an interesting thing. But in any case, before we jump into the Spanish La Liga, let's jump into the Carabao Cup final that was played yesterday. It seems Eddie Howe has been able to end the 70-year barrenness that has plagued a Newcastle side. The last time Newcastle was in the final of any major trophy, of any major cup, was over 33 years ago. And a whole lot of people were really rooting for Newcastle to win that particular game. In a historic match, Newcastle United clinched their first major domestic trophy in 70 years by defeating Liverpool 2-1. The Magpies showcased determination and tactical might to secure their long-awaited breakthrough. The breakthrough came just before halftime with local hero Dan Burn rising above the defense to head home a corner, giving Newcastle a deserved lead. The trying defenders' goal sent Newcastle fans into rapture. In the second half, Newcastle continued their momentum. Alexander Isak doubled their advantage, capitalizing on a defensive lapse to slot the ball past goalkeeper, the Liverpool's goalkeeper. Isak's contribution was pivotal in securing the win. However, Liverpool managed to pull one back through Federico Chiesa, but it proved to be merely a consolation as Newcastle held on to lift the title. Notably, Liverpool's star Mohamed Salah had an unanswered quiet game. failing to register a single shot or create any significant chances, a first in his illustrious Liverpool career. The Newcastle manager Eddie Howe expressed immense pride in his team's achievement, stating it was a day he would never forget. The victory not only ends a 70-decade um, trophy drought, a 7-decade trophy drought, but also secures Newcastle in the European Conference League spot next season. The atmosphere at Wembley was very electric. There were over 2,000 Newcastle fans that witnessed, that particular victory. However, one thing I wanted to point out is it seems Luis Enrique has produced a manual to beat Liverpool this season.
Again, the reason why Liverpool lost is the same reason why they lost against PSG. No fluidity in the team. The front three is there. Switch things up. Change players. Take Salah away from there. Put him in the middle. If he's there for 10 minutes, take him away from there again. Put him to the other one. Let there be fluidity in the team. You can never see where a left back will follow a player and go and play right back. Abi, a left back cannot follow. He cannot follow Salah to where Salah went. These things. That's why the Real Madrid team, the Barcelona team. See the way Barcelona played yesterday. When they were locking, Atletico Madrid was locking everything. See the way they played. They started interchanging, and that is how a team should be like. Everybody should interchange, and that is the reason why Liverpool lost again. This is going to be tough for Slot. It's going to be so tough for him. I don't know. It's going to be so tough because now people are getting the footprints already. People already know, okay, just lock Salah down, lock the other guy down, and that's the end. They don't have that creative midfield now. They don't have that midfielder that will unlock defenses and all those. So get your front three be fluid. But again, it's good. They will win the league. Kudos to him. Coming in the first season and winning the league, but he should do better. Come on. If he had lost the game with Liverpool performing very well, everybody would have said, wow, what a performance. But Liverpool totally outplayed by Newcastle yesterday.
What do you think Eddie Howe did correctly? I mean, this is a Newcastle side that has not been consistent in the league. Even in some cup games, the only place they've been consistent was the Carabao Cup. Even the Carabao Cup, they struggled to get to the final. So, I mean, what did Eddie Howe do correctly yesterday? What did he do correctly?
First thing he did correctly is start your first team. Use your first team. That's your only chance to get a trophy. I don't know what Slot was doing using the backup goalkeeper. What is Alisson injured?
No, Alisson was on the bench.
So why it's a cup final and you're not playing against Preston, Luton, or Millwall or all these clubs. You're playing against Newcastle, your fellow Premier League team, a team that in the Premier League on paper, when you're saying one of the best team in the league, Newcastle will be there. You know these things. You've played them in the league. They give you tough time in the league. And again, you went ahead to field your weaker team, and that's what you get. You can't expect them to play with Isak. Amazing again. I think this should be the last season for Isak in Newcastle. He'll be leaving, and I hope he goes to a better club. I think Arsenal will be ready to snatch him up if something does not enter like I said again and decide he doesn't need a striker.
But the question is this. I mean, a whole lot of people, I was of the opinion that if Eddie Howe does not win anything this season, he deserves to be fired.
Of course.
Do you think this particular win, the Carabao Cup, saves his job? And it has also guaranteed him a spot in Europe. Yes, it's the lower competition in Europe. But I mean, Newcastle is guaranteed an European spot based off the fact that they won the Carabao Cup. I mean, do you think Eddie Howe is still the manager to take Newcastle forward, owing to the fact that they've spent a whole lot of money and the consistency is still not there after 3 years in charge? after
I
over
think
3 years in charge.
I think even for the fact that he won the trophy and all, he should still be sacked. Um, if you look at where Newcastle is coming from and where they are heading to, they need a manager that can build, a manager that teams can, uh, players will. I'm not saying players don't respect him, but I don't know, a manager that commands um, respect, a manager that commands respect among other managers. Do you understand? The manager that when you speak, you could. I think they need a kind of an Ancelotti, Inding, a very top tier manager that can take them to the next level. This is just where they will be. Next season again, it will look as if they will be in the top four and they will drop off. And maybe they will get they won't even win a trophy next season. So I think they just need someone else. Of course, we are not good. We don't know what will happen. Nobody knows. But yes, we are just saying based on what we see and what we can predict with the team. I think they need to sack him and get a more experienced coach that will take them to the next level.
Well, that's fantastic. In any case, apart from the Carabao Cup, there were a whole lot of games played in the EPL. I mean, Newcastle have been able to take the Carabao Cup away from Liverpool. Um, about 3 weeks ago, Liverpool were competing in 3 tournaments. Now they have only the EPL to contend with. But in any case, let's move over to the EPL. What is going on with Man City? When with the situation in Man City, when will it be resolved? Man City were held to a 2-2 draw by Brighton. The Haaland opened the scoring for City with a penalty in the 11th minute. Brighton responded with a goal from Estupiñán in the 21st minute. Omar Mamouche restored City's lead in the 39th minute, but an own goal for Kusanov in the 48th minute ensured the Seagulls left Manchester City with a valuable point. What do you make of that particular game? Kusanov, you know, responsible for the own goal. After
Exactly.
after the first goal, you need to also blame the goalkeeper. The equalizer for Brighton, you need to blame the goalkeeper. What was he looking at? Why would he give so much space and not cover that open space, making Estupiñán, giving Estupiñán a lot of room to work with? What do you make of that particular game?
I think next season the first thing that Man City will do is get a goalkeeper. They need a goalkeeper. I think Ederson is not trusted anymore. Ortega can't be number one for them. Yesterday is another testament to it.
But Ederson was injured. Did not play that game
I,
because he was injured.
I think Ederson can be trusted again. I'm not saying he's not injured. Ederson can be trusted again. There are matches where Ederson was fit and Pep decided to put him on the bench.
Well, that's true. He was trying to send him a message.
Pep has been doing that since last season. Ederson cannot be trusted because we there are so many matches. Even last season, he was put on the bench, and I think against Tottenham, and Ortega actually made a wonderful save, one-on-one to Heung-min Son. And this season, so many times he has been put on the bench, and we could all see it. We noticed, we saw these things happening, and we saw Ortega being used as number one. So I think the first thing has to do is get a new goalkeeper. Um, Estupiñán, amazing baller. The free kick was top notch. Picked the spots, and the keeper couldn't do anything. I think Brighton should have won. Baleba, what a midfielder. What a player. I don't know how Brighton get all these guys, from McAllister to Caicedo. Now they have Baleba. Now, come on. What a player. What a player the guy is.
I mean, there's a particular Victor Gyökeres that plays for Sporting. Yes, he didn't cut it with Brighton, but it's also, an alumni of Brighton. He was there for over 2 years. He couldn't get regular playing time. Now he's doing the business for Sporting. But I mean, I was watching that particular game yesterday. The Brighton, sorry, on Saturday, the Brighton Man City game. It seems Guardiola has decided to adopt another style. He played a four-man defense on Saturday, but that did not still resolve his defensive woe. Is it a matter of he needs to get quality defenders, or probably maybe the reason why he's struggling is because he didn't really spend so much in terms of bringing in new players this season?
He didn't spend so much. He spent so much already now. He spent so much already. I think it's just a problem with his style. I think it has been figured out, and that is very, very important. It has been figured out already. Like everybody knows how to play City now. You don't need to sit back and wait for them. You have to press them a little, and when they are under pressure, they make mistakes, and that's it. Brighton, if they took their chances yesterday, the match is supposed to end like 4-2, 5-2, kind of. Brighton was missing chances left, right, and center. Again, um, thank God for the signing of Omar Mamouche. I think he has been the one pushing the City team ahead. I think for the first time we are going to see a Man City team or a Pep Guardiola team playing in the Europa League. If you guys are thinking, Liverpool are fifth right now. They are fifth right now. Newcastle has a game in hand. Newcastle win their game, then they will drop to sixth. Manchester City still have some big teams to play. I hope and I pray Chelsea can stay in course to be there, and the rest of the players. I want Man City to drop down to sixth or seventh position so that I can play in the Europa and know how Europa night feels like when you have to travel to Kazakhstan or travel to Uzbekistan.
I guess this is the Manchester United in you talking. But in any case,
Exactly. No, I just feel Pep has been successful so much, but he has been successful with money. Uh, uh, Sometimes money buys success, and that's what Pep has done, and made other managers feel inferior. And I think it's time to get paid with your own coin.
okay, that's fantastic. Let's shift gears to title contenders and title pretenders. A lot of people call them title contenders, but a whole lot of people have tagged them as title pretenders. Chelsea and Arsenal. Arsenal secured a narrow 1-0 victory over Chelsea. The decisive moment came in the 20th minute when Mikel Merino found the back of the net. Arsenal's strong start set the tone, and despite Chelsea's effort, they struggled to break through the Gunners' defense. The win bolsters Arsenal's position in the league, while Chelsea will need to regroup to stay competitive. What do you make of that particular game? The set piece masters, they struck again. Marino from that set piece. I mean, it was a fantastic goal. You might you might take an issue with the fact that they scored through set piece, but they have been very, very effective. They've been able to convert set pieces. They have a high conversion ratio of set pieces, and I think for me personally, I think that's fantastic for a national football team.
No problem. They should go and use it to beat Madrid. Because, this is what we say. When a coach is too stubborn, this is what happens. You practically have all the time in the world to bring strikers in. There's a certain Osimhen that wanted to leave Napoli. You were there. Just snap your finger and Osimhen is playing for you. I don't know. Even if it's just a loan, get him on loan, let him play. If Osimhen is there, do you think they are going to be like this? They will be pushing for the league. That's what they'll be doing. Liverpool will not be so far ahead and all this. And at the end of the day, I just feel Arsenal shot themselves in the foot. Fine, they play well with set piece, but the set piece is gonna win you a trophy. I think they're about to go trophyless again this season, and that's just it.
Unless Liverpool messes up,
No,
I,
even if Liverpool messes up, can Arsenal win on their matches?
I mean, you cannot say they're about to go trophyless. There's a Champions League there. Nobody gave Newcastle a chance to win the Carabao Cup. Newcastle
No,
is
people
the
give Newcastle a
champion.
chance. Me, I give
Okay,
Newcastle a chance. So
okay.
I give Newcastle a chance because I know Liverpool will not field their first team because it's the Carabao Cup. Of course, he still field most of his first team, but I know it's a final now. You can't downplay any team in a final. No matter how there's a certain Birmingham that beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final some years ago. with Olafemi Martin scoring.
But
So
that's true.
it has always been like that. So if a final, you can't downplay any team in a final. There's a certain Leicester City that won a final, I think against Chelsea. If I'm
Yes,
not
Chelsea.
mistaken.
Against Chelsea, yes.
Against Chelsea with a goal from our very
Tilleman.
own Iheanacho. I think Iheanacho scored in that match.
No, it's Tilleman. You read Tilleman.
Tillemans,
Tilleman.
Okay, Iheanacho scored in the game against Man City. In the game against Man City, the beginning of the season was this plate they play for
Community Shield.
Community Shield. Iheanacho scored, and so a final you can't come on, you can't push aside any team. No small team in the final. If it was a small team, we won't get to the final. So, but of course, we have to be truthful. Arsenal are not going to win all their matches. Even if Liverpool don't have anything else to play, no Champions League, no FACup, no this one. The only thing they focus on is the league. They will beat everybody.
Okay, that's interesting. So let's shift gears to Chelsea. Don't you think the same problem Arsenal is having, the same problem Chelsea is having? It seems the end of the season, problem, end of the season plague that is always that we know Enzo Maresca to suffer from. I think it's happening again. Remember when it was with Leicester City, the first half of the season was very fantastic, dispatching teams with reckless abandon. But the second half, he barely struggled. He struggled to get over the line. Don't you think the same problem that Arsenal have is the same problem that Chelsea have? It seems Cole Palmer did not play yesterday. He was not there. But I mean, they struggle in front of goal. They hardly create. They barely created any chance. Yeah, I mean, what do you think is the solution to the problem Chelsea is going through at the moment?
The problem between Chelsea and Arsenal are two different problems. Chelsea lacks players. Arsenal lacks players. Chelsea want to send away players because they are too much. Because how do you keep a team where you have so many players? And I think a credit to Enzo Maresca, he has been able to narrow down his board, and we all know the Chelsea players that will play, the ones that will be on the bench, the ones that are not invited at all to game time, to game and everything. We know that already. I credit to him for that. Again, I think as you rightly said, last season we all see what he was doing with Leicester. The first half of the season, second half of the season, they dropped so much from, and it was only by. So I want the Chelsea team to just stay in form, because I don't want Man City to be there. So I want the Chelsea team to at least just pick a little bit of form. Help us, please do us this favor. Make us happy. Let's see Pep in Europa League.
Okay, let's move over to another team that is very inconsistent. If there's an award for an inconsistent team, it's a Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham has lost 15 games in the EPL. You play 29 games, you've played 29, and you have lost 15. Fulham delivered an impressive performance, defeating Tottenham Hotspur 2-0. After a goalless first half, Fulham broke the deadlock in the 78th minute with Rodrigo Muniz, while Ryan Sessegnon sealed the victory with a strike in the 88th minute, securing all 3 points for the upside. What do you make of that particular game? Tottenham Hotspur has lost 15 out of 29 games. What do you make of that particular performance?
It's crazy. It's crazy. Man United is bad, but Tottenham is worse. Come on. This is unheard of. Ange, I don't know what he's doing with this team. Fine, yes, there is injuries. Yes, there is this, there is that. But I think at this point, it's just too much. It's too much already. He can't even score a goal.
I mean, it's as bad as there is no way forward. It seems there is no way forward for
this season. I think Ange will be left. He will be relieved of his job. I think he has done more harm than good to this team. It's really a pity that a team that was competing in the Champions League final just how many years ago? 3-4 years ago now. is 5 years ago is nowhere to be found in the top 10 of the Premier League. Is practically languishing in 15th, and the records are crazy. Losing 15 matches out of 20. That's unacceptable. I think the only place you can have joy this season is Europa League, and guess what? There's a certain Man United around that also wants to win the Europa League. There's a certain Atletico Bilbao firing in all cylinders, winning the league, winning the Europa League as well. So there are teams in the Europa League that wants to win, and I don't see Tottenham winning. So I think Angel will be left at the end. We have to leave at the end of the season.
I mean, I watched that particular game. He continues to play a very high line, and you don't have the legs for it. You are you are having your fullbacks inverting, and you know there's no way you'll be inverting all through the game. That mistakes will not happen. Yet
That's
you,
that's
you,
that,
you
that's
continue to keep a high line. You are not changing your
that's the
style of
problem.
play,
That's
and
that's the
you have
problem.
your fullbacks inverting all the time.
That's the problem with playing something that you don't have players for. Same problem with Manchester United. You could see now that Amorim is trying to tweak his style of play a little. He's tweaking it. He's tweaking it a little. He's changing a little. He has to change because these players can't play what you want them to. So the same thing with Ange. You don't have the players to play the high line. You don't have fast defenders. You don't have pacey defenders to do this. You want to play a high line with inverted fullbacks. Your fullbacks are not so good on the ball. They are not so good on the ball. You don't have a João Cancelo that you don't have these players. You don't have players that can do these things. We also Barcelona playing high line with inverted fullbacks, and the way they play it is so entertaining, so amazing to watch. When Tottenham Hotspur play it, is a disaster. So why are you doing it? Why are you still doing it? Why don't you just stick with what you can do? Um, Stay compact, try to hit on the break, just do things. Then when next season comes, at least survive. Then when next season comes, then you can buy players that will play what exactly you want. You have to tweak your system a little.
Wow, that's interesting. Let's go to the final game of the EPL. Your team, um,
Voila.
it seems they are turning a corner. They were able to dispatch Leicester City. I mean, a whole lot of people might say Leicester City is a relegation threat inside, but however, I think the performance was very fantastic. Manchester United showcased their dominance with a 3-0 win over Leicester City. Rasmus Højlund opened the scoring in the 20th minute, followed by a goal from Garnacho in the 67th. Bruno Fernandes added the third in the 90th, capping off a comprehensive victory for the Red Devils. Um, Rasmus Højlund scores his first goal in about 120 days. The same goes for Garnacho. What do you make of that performance? And it seems Bruno Fernandes cannot stop scoring. This is his fourth goal in 2 games.
Cannot stop scoring, cannot stop assisting as well because he actually provided the two assists. Amazing match yesterday. Amazing play from United. Um, the performance was great all through. Leicester didn't really do anything. Onata had a feel, had a stress-free day. No chances, nothing. That's a testament to where Leicester City is. I don't know why um, Van Nistelrooy is still their coach. I don't know. I think he should be sacked by now already. Or maybe they know that they are relegation bound already, so they want to wait for next season and bring in a new coach.
No,
I think that's what.
but,
I
but,
think
but,
that's
the,
what.
but the question is it that, United were there fantastic, or it was more of Leicester City not doing their job well? Because I watched that particular game, and
Is the both.
and Leicester City did not give a good account of themselves.
That's what
They
I'm
were
saying.
they
It's
were
the
they were
both.
run they were running around without any direction. But
It,
kudos to Manchester United, because I mean they were clinical in front of goal.
exactly. Is the both. The both sides played their parts. I think Manchester United also made Leicester look bad. The previous meeting this season, fine, Manchester United have won, but Leicester City have really give them a good run for their money. The FA Cup, was it FA Cup now? The FA Cup game. Leicester
Yeah.
City they almost won the game. 1-1, then Maguire scoring in the last minute of the game with an offside goal, obviously, but there was no VAR to overturn it. And Man United won. They have always been giving Man United hell. But yesterday it was so sweet. No. It was like Leicester is not even trying. That's just like they've already accepted we are relegated already. Let's just go and have fun. That's how I see it. So I think is the two sides. Manchester United also improved their game. So and that made Leicester look bad. And Leicester too didn't fight and they made Manchester United look good. Where we will know is the Manchester United coming games. City is there, and all these teams are there. I think there's a Newcastle somewhere around. And there we go, know it's in the shop.
Well, in any case, the good news is that you just need 4 points to secure your place in the EPL this season. The last team, the closest relegation team to you has 17 points, and you have 37 points, giving you a 20-point gap. You just need 4 more points to be able to secure your place in the EPL. And I think Manchester United is good enough to be able to secure 4 points in the remaining, 9 games. But in any case, let's go over to the Italian SerieA. What is the problem with Napoli? Napoli had the opportunity against Venezia yesterday, and they decided to draw that particular game. What is the problem? Is chasing away Victor Osimhen coming back to bite Antonio Conte in the bottom?
Not just that alone. Why are you selling Kvaratskhelia in the middle of the season? We all see what that guy is doing in PSG right now.
I mean, I was wondering the reason why he sold him. Kvaratskhelia has been very fantastic for PSG. He was one of the reasons why PSG is in the next round.
Yes. Why? So these are the things now, and now you can see what's happening. Yeah, so Valencia, this is a relegation team.
Yeah, I mean,
they couldn't score it. You went ahead to push an Osimhen out. Osimhen scored an hat-trick over the weekend. I don't think a Napoli player has scored an hat-trick this season.
Yeah, Osimhen would have scored 4 goals. He tried to give one of the penalty to Morata.
Exactly.
And that's the reason why he didn't score 4 goals.
So it's sad. It's sad that Napoli should have just won the Scudetto easily. There were a time the gap between them and the rest was a bit much. And now Inter is leading. Inter won convincingly against
Atlanta
yesterday, and it was amazing. I don't see Napoli winning now. I don't see Napoli coming back to win, except something drastic happens to Inter, maybe an injury to a very important player, maybe a Lautaro or a Marcus Thuram or something happens to them. If not that, Inter wins the league.
In any case, I was shocked with that performance, and I know that particular game probably put a whole lot of booking, in the red yesterday. Because a whole lot of people would have expected, a Napoli that is chasing the title to at least win that particular game to be able to stay on top. I
don't even score a goal.
They couldn't even find the back of the net. Kudos to Venezia anyway. Venezia gave a good account of themselves.
Venezia gave nothing.
They gave a good account of themselves. Not considering any goal.
Give a good account of themselves is as a result of the other team not playing well. The big team not playing well.
Definitely.
If you do your job as the big team, Venezia should not stand a chance. If the Venezia was good, they won't be where they are in the league.
But against a Napoli, they gave a good account of themselves. The chances for Napoli were far in between. Yes, they had their chances, they didn't take it. But Venezia defended very well. But anyway, let's go to another game that was very interesting. Bologna, trashing Lazio 5-0. I watched that particular game and I was scratching my head, wondering what was going on with Lazio. The same Lazio that has been on fire in the Europa League, being trashed at home by Bologna. Bologna delivered a commanding performance, defeating Lazio 5-0. The home side opened the scoring in the 16th minute with Odegaard. Ricardo Oslini doubled the lead shortly after halftime in the 48th minute, followed by a quick third goal by Ndoye in the 49th. Santiago Castro added the fourth in the 74th, and Giovanni Fabian sealed the emphatic victory with a fifth goal in the 84th minute. What do you make of that particular game? Lazio also has our own Dele Bashiru. Yes, Dele Bashiru has not been having the best of time because of injury, but I watched that particular game yesterday, and I was surprised with the abysmal performance Lazio put in that particular game.
Again, the way teams in the SerieA perform is funny. It's very funny because the way they beat each other is tricky. Sometimes you don't see it coming, and it just happens. Boom, 5-0. I was shocked because Bologna again, a team that is inconsistent, very very inconsistent. Today they play well, tomorrow they don't play well. But this is against a Lazio side that has been firing, playing well in the Europa League and all. And 5-0, that's trashing. Again, I think at the end of the day, I don't want to call it a useless win.
Useless would be a very harsh word. Useless would be a very harsh word.
At the end of the day, it was an amazing match. Good game of football. 5-0. And I think it's good that the international break actually comes in now, so that Lazio can cool off and it's time to go back and start playing.
Well, in any case, let's go to another market, to another Turam. There are two Turams in the SerieA. One plays for Inter, the other plays for Juventus. However, the other Turam is not having the best of time with Juventus. Juventus were demolished 3-0 by Fiorentina. David De Gea, another amazing performance for Fiorentina. I still believe that David De Gea should have still been number one for Manchester United, based on the fact that after being out for over a year, comes back to a Fiorentina side and is performing so well. Fiorentina stunned Juventus with a 3-0 victory, piling pressure on Juve's manager Thiago Motta. Viola took an early lead with goals from Robin Gosens in the 15th minute and Ronaldo Mandragora in the 18th minute. Albert Gudmundsson added a third in the 53rd minute, sealing a memorable win for Fiorentina. I mean, Fiorentina were very fantastic in that particular game. Thiago Motta's side they couldn't find a rhythm in that particular game. They couldn't string passes together. There were so much loose passes. Yes, they had a couple of chances that they were supposed to take. They didn't take it. But I mean, what is the issue with Thiago Motta's Juventus? It seems there's no consistency this season.
Juventus has said they are not sacking him, that he will still be their coach next season after a very disgraceful performance against Fiorentina yesterday and last week against Atlanta. I think they played Atlanta last week now.
Yes.
Atlanta beat him 4-0.
They considered 7 goals in the space of 2 games. I mean,
yes, he has considered 7 goals. The best defense in the league considered 7 goals in 2 games without replying. That's the most important, without scoring 1. And the coach has said, the owners have said the coach remains. The coach remains there. Of course, the coach remains. Who won't go collect funny job? The coach remains. Let's see where they go. Again, the gear, amazing performance. I think this is testament to people that are saying he should go out of United. This, and that. Onana has been bad. Let's call a spade. You want to say, okay, because Onana can play with his feet. I need you to say the balls with your hands. Don't play with your feet. I don't need that. You can teach the girl how to play with the feet. Of course, and the funny thing is, the girl was already improving.
That's true.
Playing with his feet. He was already improving. You have to understand that the guy is not a modern day goalkeeper. He didn't start his career. He didn't start his career in 2016. It started way back 2011, 2012. So what keepers were known for then was using their hands to catch people. So why? At
And
the end of
and,
the day, you see,
and this was a De Gea that won the Europa League before he joined Manchester United.
before
He
you
was
join
part.
Manchester United,
He
this is
won
the
the
same again that won the Europa League in Manchester United.
he won the Europa League as an 18-year-old goalkeeper
At an
in the
18-year-old
goalpost for Atletico Madrid.
for
So I
Atletico
mean,
Madrid. I just feel United has not forgiven him for the penalty miss in the Europa final. I just think that's what happened. The penalty miss in the Europa final against what's it called now?
I think I think Sevilla,
No, not Sevilla. Chukweze's team. The Europa
uh,
final. I think it was final.
Bilbao, as in Bilbao,
Bilbao. No, not Bilbao now. Villarreal, I think.
Villarreal. Okay, Villarreal. Yeah, with Unai Emery, Villarreal. Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
I think
Villarreal.
that's where the problem is because the penalty was going on and on and on, and at the last penalty, their goalkeeper scored, and the gear blazed it over the post, and I think that's where the problem is from, and they've not forgiven him since then, and he has gone now, keeping clean sheets and making Fiorentina better, and we are all here stuck with midfielder, midfielder as goalkeeper.
Okay. In any case, let's go to the SerieA toppers now. Inter Milan. Inter Milan had a fantastic game yesterday. They were able to dispatch, you know, a they were able to dispatch an Atlanta side. I mean, it seems Atlanta are a bit inconsistent when it comes to um, the way they are playing in the league. One week they are winning 4-0. The next week you don't know what hit them. I watched that particular game yesterday and I was a bit disappointed with what I saw, with the performance I saw. I mean, I would have expected, you know, Atlanta to do better. The chances on goal were very far in between, and it seems they were not in that particular game. And it was, yes, it's not as if Inter Milan blew them out of the water, but I mean, Inter Milan had most of the chances, and if they are taking their chances, the game would have, ended more than the 2-0. Inter Milan extended their lead with a 2-0 win over Atlanta after a goalless first half. Carlos Augusto broke the deadlock, and Lautaro Martinez secured the victory with a late goal. Both teams finished the match with 10 men, adding to the intensity of the encounter. What do you make of this particular game? Atlanta, they are officially out of the title race. I don't think they'll be winning. I don't think they have any chance at winning the title anymore.
Inter wins already. Inter wins the league. Yesterday was a confirmation of it. Napoli drawing and Inter winning. Inter extend their lead already at the top of the table. And again, it's amazing. Atlanta, one of the most inconsistent teams in the world. Today they play well. Tomorrow, imagine last week they beat Juventus last week 4-0, and
Yeah,
yesterday they lost. You know that's even if you want to lose with a bit of but at the end of the day, I think is the season done for them already. They should be praying for next season, praying for life without Ademola Lookman, because I think Ademola Lookman is going to leave at the end of the season.
should Gasparini be fired?
I don't think so. I think the club has given him so much power. I think if not for the fact that Ademola Lookman is just unplayable, it would have been with the whole issue they had, because he always has issues with somewhat the best player in the team. There was an issue he had with
Zapata,
Zapata.
Duvan Zapata, yeah.
He has issues with Zapata. He has issues with Ilicic.
Yeah.
Ilicic was even saying he should tender an apology, and Gasparini went to the board and said, "I will not tender an apology," and that was the beginning of the end for Ilicic, and it was sold. These things happen, and all remorseful Gasparini. This is an Ilicic that was facing marital troubles. Went going home to his country and finding his wife with someone, and he was disturbed mentally. He couldn't play for a while. He finally came back, and you start having issues with him. Gasparini, I think he has a poor man management style, and he's very bad. At the end of the day, I think he's still going to be their coach because I don't know, he has steadied the ship. Another don't need to spend much money to get players. Somewhat of what Asenga was doing at Arsenal for so long, and they were not the Arsenal board couldn't fire him even without winning trophies, and that's the same thing that Gasparini has been doing. And even Atletico Madrid, the same reason that the club will not fire the manager is because um, he doesn't spend so much money on players
And he achieved results.
and he achieves results. But I think that is changing a little. Atletico is beginning to spend money here and there, and if he doesn't win anything this season, next season, they'll start pointing fingers at him.
Okay, that's fantastic. Let's close out with the La Liga. I mean, the biggest game of the weekend. Um, it was top teams against top teams against top teams. Atletico faced off with Madrid in the Champions League, and the next game was against a Barcelona side at home. Um, Atletico hosted Barcelona in a match that will be remembered for its dramatic turnaround. Barcelona emerged victorious with a 4-2 win. Atletico took a two-goal lead with Julian Alvarez scoring just before halftime. Alexandra Solot adding another in the 70th minute. Barcelona comeback began with Lewandowski pulling one back in the 72nd minute. Ferran Torres then netted twice in the 78th and 90th minute, while Yamin Lamar added a goal in the 92nd minute, completing a remarkable turnaround. Following this result, the La Liga standing as follows. Barcelona leads with 60 points from 27 matches, ahead of Real Madrid on goal difference. Atletico Madrid sits third with 56 points, while Atletico Bilbao sits fourth with 52 points. I mean, what do you make of this particular game? Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Ferran Torres was referring for a fantastic. However, something caught my attention. Why did um, why did Simeone take out Julian Alvarez? What was the reason? Immediately Julian Alvarez came out, Barcelona's defense were able to move forward and join the attack.
Exactly. He took out Alvarez, took out Griezmann. I don't know. That's why I said they'll be pointing fingers at him. How can you lead 2-0? And immediately you score your second goal, you just capitulated and everything went south. And you couldn't hold it. This is the second time this season they are doing it against Barcelona. This is the second time in the Copa del Rey match also. I think it happened. They were leading 2-0 and Barcelona scored 2-2. This is the second time it's happening. So it's crazy how they've been playing. I really feel bad. I feel bad because of course I'm supporting Real Madrid. You could have stopped Barcelona and this Barca team, they are crazy, man. The only problem they will have is when they face against low block teams, a team where they don't want to attack. A Getafe, Osasuna, Leganes, Las Palmas, all these guys. When they face them, they have problem. And the Barcelona's couple of matches is going to be against all these guys, and I think they are going to struggle a lot against them. Imagine it's a Getafe that went 2-0 up.
I mean, that would have been the end. I mean, they would probably defend with their life.
There's nothing Barcelona want to do in this life that will change that score. Maybe highest they will score one goal, 9 minutes. That's the highest thing that can happen. So I think that's what Atletico Madrid should have done. They should have sit compact and not attack and don't allow Barcelona cut them through the way they did. It was just as if we are cutting bread, the way they were slicing them through. But I mean, it was really, really amazing. And I saw it and I won it. Because when they were leading 2-0, I knew Barcelona was going to win. And I just saw it and I was like, this is free money now.
So I decided to be a bookie and decided to win. But in any case, it's always amazing to have you here. We invite you, the viewers, to share your thoughts and analysis in the comment section. Also, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all things football. Thank you so much, Timmy. It's always amazing having you here. We hope to discuss the World Cup qualifiers with you. You know, this is the week for World Cup qualifiers, and we hope that Super Eagles do us proud this week. Yeah, thanks so much, and have an amazing week ahead of you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.